Prime Minister Narendra Modi today releases digital copies of 100 classified files on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in the presence of the family members of the great leader. These files were kept away from public for the past 70 years. Government would declassify 25 files related to Netaji every month. The first lot of 33 files were declassified by Prime Minister's office on 4th of December last year. Prime Minister's initiative is being welcomed by all. Family members of Subhash Chandra Bose thanked Prime Minister for fulfilling his promise to do so. Niece of Netaji says that Netaji does not only belong to family but to the entire nation. Family members also expresses gratitude to Modi government, saying that no other government in past listened to their demand for revealing the mystery of the life of Netaji. Nation pays homage to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his 190th birth anniversary today. A number of functions have been organized in different parts of the country to mark the occasion. Prime Minister in a tweet said, Netaji's bravery and patriotism endears him to several Indians across generations. Netaji's birthplace museum in Cuttack releases a special booklet containing rare photographs and information about the Indian National Army and the brave heroes of Mother India. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has said indirect tax reform is high on India's priority. While addressing the World Economic Forum annual meet at Davos in Switzerland, Jaitley said India's cooperative federalism has transformed to competitive federalism. That's really good news for India. He added that India can stand out in the gloomy global economic situation if it continues with reforms and responsible economic planning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called for reforms in the UN system to make it more effective for eradication of poverty and lack of basic human amenities, freedoms and opportunities. PM Modi was addressing United Nations Economic and Social Council on its 70th anniversary through video message on Friday. Full dress rehearsal for Republic Day parade was held in New Delhi today with French troops taking part in it. This is the first time in our country when foreign troops are participating in the march past during the Republic Day celebrations. Earlier, Indian troops had participated in Bastille Day celebrations in France in 2009. Ahead of Republic Day celebrations, NIA and various state police have nabbed 14 suspected terrorists across the country. Security agencies are on high alert. Delhi police along with police of other states are on high alert after car hijacked from Pathankot. 9 were detained from Karnataka, Hyderabad, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. Meanwhile, a man has also been arrested from Mumbai by NIA for suspected links with cross-border terror outfit. A Harkat-ul-Mujahideen terror module has been busted in Jammu and Kashmir. Security forces have arrested 5 members of the module and recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition. A 17-year-old who had joined Lashkar-e-Taiba along with a deserter corps were arrested by security forces in separate operations in the Kashmir Valley since last night. Country's highest national flag was hoisted today at Ranchi. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar was present on the occasion to inaugurate the largest tricolour atop the tallest pole at Pahari Mandir in Ranchi. The flag is 66 feet in height, 99 feet in width, and it is hoisted on a 293 feet tall pole. The national flag, weighing 80 kg, will remain hoisted 24 hours from today onwards as 20 sodium vapor lights will illuminate it during night. In China, rescue team at Shandong's collapsed mine has specially designed a capsule in an effort to save miners who have been trapped underground for almost a month. The rescue capsule is specially built to lift out 4 trapped miners. After rescue holes were drilled, the man-sized capsule will be used to pull the miners out from the ground one by one. This capsule is equipped with a rolling door to save more space and pulleys are set on its wall. A huge blizzard has begun to hit the US East Coast, bringing more than 61 centimeters of snow has thrown life out of gear. New Jersey governor warns state residents of approaching winter storm. More than 50 million people across more than a dozen states have been warned to stay at home as it's moved towards north. 8 casualties reported and 6 states have declared states of emergency. More than 6,000 flights have been cancelled. In Canada, 5 people have been killed and several injured in a school shooting in the western Canadian province. Rest of others' children have been moved to safer places. A male suspect is in custody after his gun was seized. A senior official confirming his arrest said there was no risk to public safety. Police investigating a second shooting at another location in the remote community. At least 44 people, including 20 children, have died after their boats sank on their way from Turkey to Greece. 74 people rescued by Greek Coast Guards after 2 boats ran into trouble off the Greek coast in the early hours. A search operation backed by a helicopter from EU border agency was underway. Dozens of migrants still missing. People fleeing war and misery in the Middle East and elsewhere, many of them Syrian refugees, are still arriving from Turkey in flimsy boats in their thousands every day. Ace Indian shuttler PV Sindhu booked her berth in the summit clash of Malaysian Masters. In the semi-finals, Sindhu defeated Sang Ching Huan of Korea 21-19, 12-21, 21-10 in 1 hour and 9 minutes. India finally managed a win over Australia in the fifth and final ODI. India defeated Australia by 6 wickets. For India, Manish Pandey scored century while Warner scored century for Australia.